Hey everyone, the Record Store Day Black Friday list is out. Stick around and we'll dive in. Alright, it's that time of year again. Christmas, the holidays, they're right around the corner, which of course means Black Friday shopping isn't too far out. And of course, the Record Store Day Black Friday event is not too far in the offing. So the list just came out. I had an opportunity to peruse this. Of course, I always find Black Friday a bit, or this event a bit comical in a way because, I'm shopping for myself. So I guess I'm getting myself Christmas gifts. That's the point of this. Nobody else has to worry about that. But it's another event. They've been doing obviously the normal Record Store Day in April, Black Friday for quite a few years now. Since the pandemic, we've ended up with some bonus drops here and there because of supply chain issues and whatnot. But it feels like we're getting a little bit back onto schedule now. Interesting list. It's not, obviously unlike the full Record Store Day. The list is not as long. There's fewer titles, a little less exclusivity. There's obviously a lot of exclusive releases on the list, but there's also a lot of releases that are designated as RSD first. So they're getting released for Black Friday, but then will come out in maybe another format or different configuration or a different variant or no variant at a later date. To be determined, but I think it was a solid list all around. I mean, there's obviously folks that immediately the list gets dropped and people just complain about it. It's like, I don't want to go. You can have the debate all you want as to the merits of Record Store Day. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? All I know is that, if you look at the figures, the two biggest sale days of the year for record stores are Record Store Day and Black Friday. That they can make upwards of 25-50% or more of their business just in those 2 days of the year. So obviously there is some merits to it on their end. You can there's a lot of debates to be had as to is it clogging the supply chain? Is it backing up other artists? Lots of things out there. Do we need another Cure picture disc? Apparently somebody thinks so. But it's I think it's a decent list. The last few, I always seem to find something. There's always stuff out there. So I went through. There's 8 or 9 items that I found. So let's take a look at those. Right off the bat is the Doors Paris Blues. This is an exclusive release, so only on that day. It is limited to 10,000 copies total. Again, that is a RSD exclusive. It'll retail for about $25. The key to this is there is a lost song. It's, I guess, one of the few unreleased songs from the Doors archive called Paris Blues. It's going to be on there with a few other unreleased songs or unreleased versions of songs and some live material. So that's the Doors stuff always sells well, and I buy most of their Record Store Day items. So looking forward to that. Up next is one I kind of overlooked this one at first. It just wasn't on my list, and then I saw someone else comment about it, and then I realized it was kind of like that. When the Foo Fighters did that release with the DGs a couple years ago, it's the same type of thing where they didn't list it as a Foo Fighters or Dave Grohl project, but Dream Widow, heavy metal-ish record. Dave and the Foos were in that horror movie. This is music that he recorded for that soundtrack. So they're putting it out as an exclusive LP limited to 12,000 copies. And that should retail for around $23 or so. Next up on the list is the latest reissue from Fountains of Wayne. I am a Jersey guy, so I always feel the need to pick up their releases when they come out. That is an RST first release, so if you're not going to make it out for Black Friday, no worries on that. You should be able to get a copy at a later date. Will retail for about $29, and there's appears to be about 3,500 copies listed on for that one. One that I've got on my list right now. We'll see if I keep it there. The complete vinyl collection from Eric Burdon and War. This is a 4 LP box set. The price on it not too bad. It looks like it's going to retail for about $80. It is an exclusive. It is limited to 2,500 copies. That's one where I would like to get it. I like the Eric Burdon and War stuff. If I can't get it, no big deal. But I thought that was interesting enough to slap that down on my list so far. This next one, it is an exclusive. It was actually, I think, on the Black Friday list last year, and it got bumped. It never showed up on Record Store Day, so I don't know, for this year. And I thought, well, maybe it got canceled or something happened. But the Jim Carroll Band Catholic Boy Deluxe Edition reissue, that is going to be limited to 1,500 copies. It is an RSD exclusive. Kind of like to get that one. It's an interesting piece of folkish punk beat music from the 70s, and Jim Carroll's obviously an interesting dude, so kind of would like to get that one, but we'll see how that goes. Looks like it'll retail for about $31 or so, $31. All right, up next on my list is from the Jefferson Airplane live at the Monterey International Pop Festival. This is an RSD first release. It is limited to about 2,500 copies. Looks like it'll retail for around $26 or so. If you've been paying attention, there's been a handful of these Monterey Pop releases the last few years. The Who put one out. I think it was maybe Big Brother and the Holding Company had one about a year or so back. These are, I think, the complete performances that they did at the Monterey Pop Festival. Kind of like having, that piece of, like, let's say, the Woodstock Festival when you can get a complete set. They've been pretty good so far. I've enjoyed them. So I've got the Who, I got Big Brother. So I figured let me throw Jefferson Airplane down on my list there. Should be an interesting listen. Let's see. Up next, Janis Joplin and Jorma Kokkonen. I am hopefully not butchering that too much. The legendary typewriter tape, June 25th, 1964, Jorma's House. Or maybe that's Jorma. I'm not too familiar. But this is early Janis. This is like pre-Big Brother, pre-solo. It looks like it's going to be a little bit folky. It's listed as an RSD first. Don't know a whole lot about it other than, it was on the list and it was kind of piqued my interest. Retail listing at about $23 and listed to have about 3,500 copies. So, it's just kind of one of those curiosities that I'm interested in picking up. All right, a couple more. Nico live at the Library Theater 83. This is an exclusive listed to retail at around $30 and will be limited to about 3,000 copies. She had one, I think it was the last Record Store Day, Nico live at the Hacienda 83. It was kind of bootleg quality. I'm not sure how this one's going to sound, if it's going to be another bootleggy one. I'm going to give it a whirl. I wasn't too thrilled with the last one, hoping this one might be better. Because I do love listening to Nico, but that other one was a little bit harsh on the ears. So hoping this one will be a bit better. If not, then if she keeps pumping these out, I may have to take a pass in the future. And then finally, trying to mix up my genres a little bit, going for a little singer songwriter country with Townes Van Zandt, At My Window 35th Anniversary Edition. This one I believe has been out of print for a while, listed at about $26. It is an RSD first, and I think the total copies on that about 4,000, so it should be somewhat readily available, and as an RSD first, there should be another version of it popping at some point if I'm not able to get it. But I do really enjoy Townes and his music. If you know me personally, you know that I'm not a huge country person, but there's certain elements of country that I really do like. Townes, Sturgill Simpson, obviously like a Johnny Cash is always great. Margot Price, another modern one. So I have a small country element in my collection, but the ones I have are some ones that are enjoyable to me. So that's pretty much it. I saw there's a bunch of Ringo Starr releases. I'm not really big into Ringo, so I'm going to pass on those. A lot of other things that I just kind of like looked at. I saw there's a Brian Wilson thing that I think goes with a movie documentary on his life. I kind of looked at that, not really feeling that one. This is a pretty hardy list for me anyway, so I probably will hold it at about that. But let me know what you're planning to get. If you want to vent on Record Store Day or in general, feel free to do so in the comments below. I'm hoping that if you're coming to watch this video, you have interest in Record Store Day or going out. There's plenty of places and spots to complain about it if you want, and I certainly have some issues with it myself. But it's always a great opportunity to find some unusual music in a lot of cases that you wouldn't otherwise get. So let me know what's on the list that you're looking at. If you're planning to head out, maybe delayed action, where you heading. And we'll see you again soon. Take care.